Somewhere on your property right now, a plastic storage tank is quietly counting down. 15 years, maybe 20. Then you'll write another check, different dollar amount, same basic reason, predictable outcome. Most men who've been through this already have done it twice and never question why. That cycle keeps running until somebody finally hands you a better option. Cement and wire. Built in a weekend, outlasts everything around the structures beside it. Cisterns constructed in the 1800s still hold today without a single repair. Drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from. Plastic tanks weren't always the default. For most of recorded history, people who needed to store water built their storage from stone, brick, clay, or cement. Those structures lasted generations. Nobody budgeted for changeovers because changeovers weren't part of the equation. You built it once, maintained it occasionally, and passed it to whoever came after you. Something shifted in the mid-20th century. Polyethylene manufacturing scaled up, prices dropped, and plastic tanks became the fast, convenient answer to water storage across American homesteads and rural properties. Manufacturers pushed hard on installation speed and upfront cost, two figures that looked good on paper. Lifespan was the stat nobody advertised loudly. Here's what the spec sheets don't lead with. A standard polyethylene water tank carries a manufacturer warranty of 5 to 10 years. Real-world lifespan in direct sunlight and temperature fluctuation runs 15 to 20 years before UV degradation, structural fatigue, and seal failures start causing problems. Some fail sooner. Contamination from plastic breakdown becomes a concern long before the tank visibly cracks. At $800 to $3,000 per swap out, depending on size and installation. A property owner going through 3 tanks over 50 years has spent somewhere between $2,400 and $9,000 on a problem that should have been solved once. Add installation labor, water loss during changeover, and the quiet cost of trusting a container that was never designed to last, and that number climbs higher. Meanwhile, a ferrocement cistern built before your grandfather was born is still holding water somewhere right now. No new unit needed. No warranty claim. No check written to anybody. That's the structure we're talking about. And before we get into what it costs to build one, you need to understand exactly why it outlasts everything the market currently sells you. Ferrocement isn't a modern invention dressed up as forgotten wisdom. It's a construction method documented back to the 1840s, developed by a French engineer named Joseph Monnier, who was looking for a way to build stronger garden containers. What he found was a material principle so effective that it spread across continents, and ended up holding drinking water for communities that had no access to anything better and didn't need anything better. The process is simple enough to explain in 2 sentences. Steel wire mesh forms the skeleton. Thin layers of cement mortar get pressed into and over that mesh until the whole structure becomes a single continuous shell. No seams, no joints, no weak points where water can find a way through. Seamless construction is what separates it from everything else on the market. Plastic has seams, concrete block has mortar joints, and steel has welds. Every one of those connection points is a future failure where pressure, temperature change, or simple age eventually creates a problem. Ferrocement has none of them. Before we go further, hit subscribe if this is making you rethink how you've been handling water storage. More of these forgotten building methods are coming, and they're all built around the same idea. Spend less, build once, own it permanently. Now here's the figure that should make you pause before your next tank purchase. Documented ferrocement cisterns built in the late 1800s are still structurally sound and watertight today. That's not a claim from a manufacturer with something to sell. That's verified field documentation from engineers who inspected structures over a century old and found them holding. The next part shows you exactly what one costs to build and what that number means against everything you've already spent. Building a ferrocement cistern starts with deciding how much water you actually need. A standard homestead setup runs between 5,000 and 20,000 gallons, enough to cover household use, irrigation, and livestock through a dry season without touching a municipal supply. Sizing up to 50,000 gallons is entirely possible with the same method, same materials, just a larger footprint and a few extra days of work. The structure itself begins as a cylinder. Steel mesh wire gets shaped into that cylinder, staked in place, and then cement mortar gets pressed into the mesh in thin layers, inside and outside, until the whole thing becomes one continuous shell. No forms to rent. No specialized equipment to hire. 2 people working a weekend can complete a 10,000-gallon cistern from ground zero. Build costs run between $300 and $700 for a 10,000-gallon cistern. Scale to 20,000 gallons, and you're looking at $600 to $1,200 in supplies. Push to 50,000 gallons, the kind of storage that makes a homestead genuinely water independent, and total supply cost lands between $1,500 and $2,500. Those numbers include mesh, mortar, inlet screening, and a basic overflow fitting. Nothing hidden, nothing extra. Now run the lifetime comparison. A property owner who goes through 3 plastic tank swaps over 50 years spends a conservative $6,000 to $9,000 on storage that degrades, contaminates, and eventually fails. A ferrocement cistern built this weekend for $1,500 is still holding water when that land changes hands, potentially twice. The financial gap over 50 years runs between $4,500 and $7,500 in favor of the cement structure. That's before factoring in labor, water loss during changeovers, or the compounding cost of municipal supply dependency. Documented cisterns built in the 1880s that engineers inspected and found fully intact. Those structures have now outlasted 4 or 5 generations of plastic tank swaps that hadn't even been invented yet when the cement was poured. That's not marketing language. That's verified material performance against a timeline that plastic hasn't come close to matching. Maintenance on a ferrocement cistern amounts to an annual interior inspection and an occasional mortar touch-up on any surface crack that develops over decades. Most owners report doing no upkeep for years at a stretch because there's simply no maintenance required. The cement cures harder over time, not softer. The mesh holds its tension. The shell stays intact. Compare that to a plastic tank in its 15th year. UV faded, seal compromised, and quietly leaching compounds into water you're using on your land. One structure gets stronger with age. The other one doesn't. Back to the number you started calculating at the top. Most property owners who've been through 2 or 3 tank swaps already know what this has cost them. They just never had a reason to add it up and compare it against an alternative that was sitting right there the whole time. That gap between what you've spent and what you could have spent is real money. Money that went to a product category designed around a replacement cycle, not around your long-term interests. Water storage infrastructure that lasts doesn't just save you swap out costs. It changes what your land is worth. Rural and semi-rural properties with reliable, high-capacity water storage command measurably higher valuations than comparable land without it. A ferrocement cistern isn't a project you build and forget. It's an asset that appreciates alongside everything else on your homestead, while plastic tanks are depreciating from the day they're installed. Think about what fixed water storage actually unlocks. Gardens that don't depend on rainfall timing, livestock operations that stay stress-free through dry stretches, a household supply that keeps running when municipal systems go down for repairs, restrictions, or emergencies. All of that becomes available the moment you stop renting storage and start owning it. Your property is already generating rainwater every time clouds roll in. Right now, that water is either running off or sitting in a container counting down toward its next swap-out date. Neither of those outcomes is working for you. One weekend, one build. A structure that outlasts the mortgage, outlasts the next owner's tenure, and outlasts every plastic alternative currently sitting in a catalog with a 5-year warranty printed on the cover. The replacement cycle only keeps running if you let it. That tank on your property is on a countdown. Make it the last one you ever buy. Cement and wire, built once, holds longer than anything the market sells you today. Subscribe for more forgotten methods that actually work. The cycle stops the moment you decide it does.